It's Frutango, and today's going to be a haul video, but I want to address something first. The title of this will probably address it because it's going to be something about Purolator. And I want to point something out here because I got a shipment. I got a shipment from GameStop, and they always ship to me from Purolator. I'm in Canada. I've mentioned that before. But I want to point something out. So here we go. This, you see this. I covered up my address, but you can see that it says GameStop. That's where it's from, to me. And you can see the box. This is the box. It's got an actual sticker label. It's got this fancy black stripe tape. And we got a bunch of examples of this. There's another one that says from GameStop. Oh, dropped it. But they all have this striped black tape. They all say, you know, Purolator and GameStop. And I have multiple other boxes of this, right? And then we got this box here that I just got yesterday. Look, there is no... This is the label. It's not stuck on. It's in a baggie. And the tape is just normal tape. No black stripe tape. And, you know, let me see. And you can see, it does say it's from GameStop, but it's not even the same print. You notice that? It's printed differently, even from the sticker ones. And then the inside, I threw away my other inside. It's paper. They never ship with paper. They ship with those inflatable pillows, those air pillows. And I've already contacted GameStop. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me. And thankfully, I contacted one of the stores. They're already holding these two figures for me. They had a couple. So they're holding them for me until I get this resolved. So worst case, I'll just get a refund, go there and buy them. But these are my two packages. Here they are. Oh, I got to move that. That's got my information. Need that for... Yeah, there's my Batgirl. There you go. You can see... It is beyond smashed. Like, it is. She's missing her hand. And it's not just like it's popped off. You can see it, like, the joint is gone. We're pretty sure that foot is broken, but I'm not pulling them out because they're most likely going back to GameStop. But it is, like, it is mangled. There's no screen right here. It's just mutilated. Like, look at this. It looked like it got stomped on. I don't know what the hell happened to these, but they are decimated. And then there's my Scarecrow. And this is one of the pillows, but it's flat. It's empty. That's the only one that was in this box. But normally, that's what they come surrounded with. So, and then you can see Scarecrow is in just as bad a shape. But I think the Scarecrow figure might be alright. But like I said, I'm not messing with them until I find out how GameStop wants to, like, resolve this. Except they're like, hey, we need you to ship those back and we'll ship you more or we'll refund you. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like I'm not a box collector, so the box shape isn't too bad for me. Like, I don't care. But these figures are like, especially the Batgirl. The Batgirl's destroyed. Like I'm not keeping that Batgirl. There's no way. But anyway, yeah, so this is how Purolator shipped it. And me and my wife assume that what happened is that because this box isn't smashed, this box is fine. But like I said, this is not the box GameStop would have shipped these parcels in. This box would have had a sticker label, it would have had the black tape, and it would have had the air pillows, the inflated pillows. That crinkling is Simon playing with my the paper that was in the box. So what clearly happened is at Purolator, or on the way to Purolator, you see there's a piece of it that just literally is not even attached. It's just loose. But at Purolator, on the way to Purolator, something, the box that these guys were in got crushed, okay? And instead of sending them back to GameStop, an employee at Purolator decided, you know, it's a good idea. We'll just put them in a new box, print a new label, and still send these to the person that purchased them. Like a complete jackass, okay? Like, if you did this, you should not have a job. This is ridiculous. Whoever does stuff like this at a business, they should literally be fired. You should not have a job. Like, this is beyond acceptable to just throw in another box and ship off to somebody. Like these are just, you know, plastic, okay? They're just little pieces of plastic, kind of irrelevant. Could you imagine if this was like a laptop or a cell phone or something like that somebody had purchased, something that was like actually expensive. Because now I have to go through the hassle of calling people and emailing people and contacting people and dealing with this. And hopefully GameStop's cool with this because I order from them a lot. So I'm hoping it's not a big deal. They get everything situated because the manager at the one GameStop we deal with all the time that's holding the figures for me, they said we shouldn't have to pay to ship them back or whatever. So if there's any issues, take them into their store and they'll see what they can do to help us out to figure things out for us. But yeah, this is beyond acceptable, man. This is just like I see people get their packages smashed and banged up, but it literally looks like they jumped up and down on these things. Like these things are destroyed. I mean, I guess the figures could, like I've seen people get figures where the limbs aren't attached and stuff, but I mean, the figures aren't decimated, but like her hand isn't even in the box. Like we've rotated the box around, looked in the box to see if maybe you could see her hand in there. Because I'm like, well, maybe I could, but then her leg looks like it probably has some issues. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not, these are like $40 figures, right? 30 to $40 figures. And yeah, I'm not going to take a potentially broken or partially broken figure so that the leg can fall off after I pose it 3 times, So yeah, the Batgirl's definitely got to get replaced. The Scarecrow, I'd prefer to get it replaced because, like I said, in a package like this, you never know what kind of damage it might have gotten. Even though I think he's probably okay, I don't really know for sure, right? So that is I guess these are part of the haul. I will get replacements, like I said. I do have them held, so I do have a Scarecrow and a Batgirl. It just won't be this Batgirl, definitely. So yeah, I guess that's how we start the haul. We start the haul on a high note, okay? So there we go. So let's get into the rest of the stuff that also was shipped from Pure Later, from GameStop, but did not get, stomped on. All right, so this is the haul that we got. So we got not one, but 2 of these Man Bats. One is mine and one is Cheshire's, my daughter. She wanted one, and it's okay. I mean, it's okay. It looks really good, but there are a couple things wrong with it. This is supposed to be like a re-release of the, I guess, DC Direct. He's got collapsed wings in the back and open wings in the front. And there are people pointing out that the old animated action figure, it had a button on the back of its back so you can make him flap his wings, but his wings are actually articulated. And I agree with everybody that says this one they should have done that. They should have updated this, at least to have articulated elbow joints. That's my opinion. It should have at least had, it would have had like a cut. Oh, I'm dropping my phone. It would have had a cut right here in the wings where there was a gap, and then a joint right there so the arm could at least bend up and down. And that would have been enough, I think, to make this figure perfect. Aside from the head, I've seen where the head doesn't move all the way up. But that joint right there would have made a huge difference in this figure. There are also people saying that it's too dark. And I don't know, I think the color is okay. Because I felt like the old one was too light. Because there he is there, and there is the picture of him. I think he's okay. He might have been a bit more tan on the animated series. I haven't seen the animated series episode with him in it in a while, so I don't know. But anyway, that is the Man Bat. There's the top of the box. There's the bottom of the box. There's the QR if anybody wants it. Right there. And yeah, so that is Man Bat. So we're going to set these on the side here. And then we got Dr. Midnight. There he is with his little hooter there. Give a hoot, don't pollute, right? Dr. Midnight. What he's a doctor of, I have no idea. I don't know where he got his doctorate. And there's the back. There is a platinum in this where he is black instead of green. And that one's not too bad. And there we go. None of the... It's upside down. We got her upside down. None of these will have prices on them because these did all come from the website. So that's why I don't know why the other ones came in such horrible condition, because these are all in perfect condition. So that's normally the way they show up. And then this, of course, is Black Mask Batman, which I think this figure turned out amazing. I love the colors on this. I like how he's got the syringe hand and the keys. And I don't like how he's got the same gripper hands as the multiple colored Batmans. It seems kind of cheap to me that they gave him a pair of hands that we're getting with like a dozen characters. There's a picture of him on the back, and there is your good old QR. And we got the Riddler in. There he is. And I think this Riddler is awesome. I didn't get the classic looking Riddler, but I did want a Riddler to go with my normal sort of Riddler, my normal villains, because I have a shelf with just like more of the comic book looking villains. And then I have the shelf with the movie figures, and I have a shelf with the Arkham figures. So I wanted a good looking. I wish they'd make that Joker right there. He's got that t-shirt on. I killed Jason Todd, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. And why haven't we gotten an Ivy? We need an Ivy that looks like that. The reason we need one that looks like that is because I guess we're not going to get an Arkham Ivy, which is a shame that they're not giving us an Arkham Ivy to go with the Arkham figures. But we need a good comic book Ivy that we can use for the Arkham stuff as well as the comic book stuff. Something that if you only collect the Arkham stuff, she'd look good sitting with it. But if you collect the comic book stuff, she'd look just as good sitting with that. And we got the new Samus Aran amiibo. This goes with the Samus and the Viola. And I do have the villain that comes with these. He's like a blue robot or something. I guess it's the villain. I haven't played the game yet. I don't even know if the game is out yet, but yeah. So I have the last one pre-ordered, but hasn't come in yet, so I'm just waiting on that one. And that's pretty much everything I'm waiting on currently. There's a couple other figures that I don't know if they'll come in or not. But so that's Samus. And then lastly here we have the Wonder Woman Godzilla. And this thing I picked up mostly because of the Wonder Woman. Because I wanted that Wonder Woman. But I wouldn't have bought it just for the Wonder Woman. Cheshire collects Godzilla stuff. And this is actually a pretty good looking Godzilla. So she will take the Godzilla. I will take the Wonder Woman. And one of us will take the little bitty Wonder Woman. If she wants it, she can take it. Because I don't really collect dinky DC characters. There you go. Justice League versus Godzilla. And you can see the Monsterverse and the logos there. And there's the artwork on the back. The Godzilla picture is pretty cool. And then you got the other side, Wonder Woman Godzilla. And then at the top, it has Toho right there, which is the company that owns Godzuki here. And then we tip her down. You can see the bottom. And there's your QR if anyone is interested in that. And the funny thing I want to talk about too, though, is his articulation is like tail rotates, legs rotate. Everybody's all up in arms about the articulation of this guy. But he has better articulation than my Godzilla when I was a kid. This is my Godzilla from when I was a kid. If you look at his feet, hopefully the light will show it. 1985, I was 7 years old, and it says Toho. So you can tell it's a legit. And it's got that little crown symbol there. I don't remember what company that is, but it was a company that made a bunch of these little plasticky Godzillas from Hong Kong. And this guy, his arms, none of his limbs are loose. His legs a little bit loose, but that's it. And this Godzilla, his limbs will still pop off and pop on, and he's still superposable. He can shove things in his mouth, pop off his tail, and pull them all back out. And he survived the mud, the snow, the rain, the everything thrown up into the air 30 feet and back down. And I mean, this guy This guy has seen it all. Okay? And no other toy. Jurassic Park toys? Nope, they'd be in pieces. The Godzilla toys of today? Nope, they get shattered. This guy. That's why Godzilla's king of the monsters, bro. Because he has outlasted all of it. Him and his fancy red lipstick. His metallic-y chest and spikes. And this was my toy. It was then my son's toy. And now it's my daughter's. She has taken it to put with her Godzilla stuff. She had played with it when she was a kid. And then now it is hers now. It's not technically mine anymore. But it was mine when I was 7-year-old little Brutango running around playing. That's him. He's probably also covered in lead paint, which is probably explains a lot about my children. But yeah, since he's from 1985, right? That's what it says, 85. That's right. So he is an old figure, but she will take this, throw it back on her shelf with this new Godzilla. But that is it for this time. Hopefully, I never have to deal with another package like I got at the beginning of this video. And I hope no one else out there has to endure that either, because that is just, you should never have to deal with that. You really shouldn't have to deal with that. You know, people get paid to do their job. You would expect that they would at least do their job with competency, not necessarily going above and beyond, but at least do the job properly. That's all I have to say. Anyway, that's it for this haul. I don't know if there will be any more hauls until the new year. I'm also going to be stepping back probably quite a bit because the majority of the McFarlane stuff I want and need is out. They're just doing a lot of repaints. They're doing a lot of reissues. That's going to keep happening. I'll probably end up doing like more reviews because the hauls will be really small. Be like one figure here, one figure there. And if I'm only bringing in 1 or 2 figures at a time, I'll probably just stop doing hauls and do more reviews. But that's it for this time. Thanks for watching. So long.